Hey, I'm Swiss Joe Rogan. This episode is about the peculiar science behind Joe Rogan's way of thinking and why he outperforms the competition with it. It's gonna be interesting, so let's start right away. What do you see in this picture behind me? Can you see what's special about it? Exactly. This street lamp is bigger than the Empire State Building. Here is the Empire State Building. Here is the street lamp. The street lamp is bigger. In the second dimension, the only dimension photographs know, a street lamp can be bigger than the Empire State Building. Thank God we naturally see things three-dimensionally. Otherwise it would get crazy. People would argue about the weirdest shit. Hey, did you know that there's a street lamp in New York that's bigger than the Empire State Building? Fact is, everything those people say about the street lamp is a lie. No, it's real! They just don't want people to know about it! It's a lie. We don't argue about it because in the third dimension we understand that things can look different from another point of view. No need to argue about that. We argue about other weird shit though. Watch politics.
The fact is that everything he's saying so far is simply a lie. Will you shut up, man? The wrong guy, the wrong night at the wrong time.
But it's not just politics. Watch any couple. Hey, why do we always have to be late?
We are not late because of me. We are late because you were too much of a man before to help me in the kitchen. How masculine is it to play video games all the time anyway?
I'm not too masculine to help in the kitchen. I'm too masculine to be treated like a toddler. If I do a chore, it never beats your expectations.
Oh great, so that's the problem why we're late. It's always me. Why don't you go alone?
It can get ugly pretty quickly. Both sides trying to make the other point of view look as bad as possible, trying to destroy it. And neither of them can let it go, since to both of them, their point of view is reality in their mind. They know they are right, so they know the other side must be wrong. Almost looks like our thinking happens in the second dimension, doesn't it? As always, the question is, what would Joe Rogan do about it? Joe Rogan would find a way into the third dimension. And that's exactly what he did. That's the secret to how he became so successful. The great thing is, anyone can do it. It's not difficult at all. It defeats logic though. That's why not too many are doing it. Logic gives people the impulse to cancel other points of view to sustain our own reality. The whole idea of good and bad. Good people, bad people, everyone wanting to be good people. Trying to make any other point of view look like it's coming from really bad people.
The fact is that everything he's saying so far is simply a lie.
Joe learned to cancel that logic. He tries to understand anyone with different opinions, and by doing that, he connects with that person's mind. Because that's what it takes to get into the third dimension. It takes two minds. One isn't doing the job. I mean, what does it take to see three-dimensionally? It takes two eyes. That's what it takes. Every eye looking at the same thing from a slightly different point of view. And the brain magically generates a three-dimensional picture in your mind. And what does it take to think three-dimensionally? It takes two minds. That's what it takes. Every mind perceiving the same thing from a different point of view. And the brain, connecting with the second mind, magically generates a three-dimensional understanding of the world. Thank God there are plenty of other minds around us to connect with. So rather than being judgmental and opinionated about those other points of view, Joe is curious about them. He's curious and open-minded like a child. And that's all it takes to connect with another mind. It's really that simple. If you understand that, you understand that other opinions aren't your enemy anymore. You understand that other people's points of view become very important to the man with only one mind. And the second mind is obviously what they call the third eye. Other people are your third eye. That's Joe Rogan's secret wisdom. And that's the secret to how he became so damn successful.